Hi, this is Chris with Smart Home Mortgage, and I'm here today to talk about how to beat a cash offer when you're buying a home. Are you putting in offers on homes that are being beat left and right by cash offers? No question, it can be extremely frustrating. If you are, which we are, in a hot competitive seller's market, you know how tough it can be with multiple buyers competing on one home. You put an offer in and only have it slip through your fingers by a buyer who sweeps in at the last minute with an all-cash offer. The reality is that cash offers may not be the best for the seller all the time. Sure, it may seem more attractive to a seller because they don't have to worry about a buyer getting financing. They think it's easier because they don't have to worry about financing falling through at the last minute, maybe because the buyer can't qualify for their loan or the appraisal comes in short and the process is longer. Now, normally on average with a purchase, we can close in financing in about 30 days compared to a cash closing, which takes only a couple of weeks to close. Now, many cash offers come in below asking price because they know that they can entice a seller with a fast closing. And when you're financing your home using a mortgage, you're not going to be able to have as much leverage to negotiate a lower price like a cash buyer. It may seem like you're at a disadvantage against a cash offer because a cash offer is guaranteed money, moves a lot faster when you're purchasing the home using financing. There are several methods that we're going to go over right now to help have your offer stand out and seem more acceptable to the seller. Now let's dive in and look at how to beat a cash offer, beginning with number one, which is to make sure you are fully pre-approved. Now, when you're talking with your lender, you want to make sure to submit all of your documents and have an underwriter even possibly take a look at your file and get you that approval up front. Now, be sure your pre-approval letter is submitted with your offer, and you ask your lender to possibly even call the listing agent and the seller, let them know that you have all these documents and that you are indeed approved. Sometimes this call can let the seller know that everything is good to go, and there's not going to be any issues with the loan and the loan at the last minute there. This can make the seller feel more confident about the loan closing on time. The second thing you could do is submit an offer with shortened or removed contingencies. The appraisal is oftentimes one of the most prevalent concerns of the seller when accepting financed offers in today's market. Now, luckily, having a skilled agent by your side, they can help you decide and feel the waters of which of these two options I'm about to describe is best for you depending on the property status and the buyer activity. Option one is to shorten the contingency dates of inspections and the appraisal. You can also agree to offer X amount of dollars over the appraised value should the appraisal come in lower than anticipated. This helps you meet the seller in the middle without removing all of your contingencies altogether. Option two is removing your appraisal contingency when submitting the initial offer. This usually is only recommended for well-qualified individuals who don't mind paying a little more out of pocket should they need to and have the ability to. It goes one step further than option one and can look more attractive to sellers should there be a lot of competing and comparable offers on the table. Okay, now the third thing to do is to submit your best offer up front. A competitive market can be tricky to negotiate a lower offer, and if you're up against cash buyers, you need to be prepared to put in your highest and best offer together up front. Your offer has to be worth the extra time that the seller spends waiting for you to close. So in addition to offering more than the cash buyer, be prepared to include the appraisal clause with your highest offer, which we spoke about in the previous point, covering potential value differences. The last and closing point here that you can do to beat a cash offer is to shorten your closing time. If you are already pre-approved by your lender, you may need to be able to close from 30 days, maybe now go down to 20 or even 15. Be sure to talk with your lender about what their closing times look like before you discuss this with the seller, but the shorter time frame is always more attractive to the seller. Most of the time they want to get their money as fast as possible, and also flexibility can be key sometimes because occasionally the seller may need more time to prepare their home for the move or to find their next place that they're going to be calling home. So be open to negotiations, allowing the seller to possibly occupy the property for a little extra time after closing, and it can oftentimes work even just as well as closing early on the home. Okay, but buying a home in today's competitive market can be challenging, but when you take the time to get pre-approved and put together a good offer, you can stand out against those cash offers. Thanks for watching. This is Chris with Smart Home Mortgage. You can connect with me at the contact information below.